Alright guys, I am back with my review of this week's episode of TNA Impact Wrestling for October 25th, 2012. About my 600 subscriber video, I figured at this point I'm just going to wait and do the 700 subscriber video. It would just be kind of overkill if I do the 600 one and then in a week or 2 weeks, whatever, I end up doing the 700 subscriber video. I'm not going to leave anybody out, I'm still going to read all the names, but I figured it just makes more sense to wait until the 700 subscriber video. But anyways, on the TNA Impact, this episode was completely insane. It felt like every single segment just had something crazy or wacky going on in it. It was entertaining, but it just started off really strange, and I'm just going to get right into it. The first thing that happens is Hogan is backstage talking to Jeff Hardy, and it's Championship Thursday. So he tells him that he's going to pick a tough opponent because he wants to push Hardy. And Hardy is holding both belts now. I don't know if they felt maybe there was a lot of backlash from Hardy getting the custom belt, so they figure we'll just have him carry both belts. I don't know exactly what the reasoning was behind this, but he's holding both titles, the real title and the face title. And Hardy leaves the room, and we see the four guys Hogan's going to pick from in the hallway. It goes into this weird slow motion thing, and Hardy's walking by the guys, and he has an inner monologue like it's a comic book or something. He's walking by, and he's not saying any of this, he's thinking it, but we can hear it. And he walks by, and it's Kurt Angle, and he says, "Kurt Angle's a machine. James Storm is great, but he drinks too much." And it was just really, really stupid. I was thinking, what in the hell is this? This was horrible. A horrible idea, but it was hilarious. Oh man, that was so bad. So then on commentary, we get Jeremy Borash and Todd Kennelly for the first hour. And then the second hour, we get Taz and Mike Tenay. I guess this is a new thing they're trying. All I was thinking about was an hour without Taz, I'll take it. I actually hope they keep these two guys. These guys should just do the entire show, or take Tenay and turn into a three-man group and just have those three do it and just get rid of Taz completely. But they switched up the commentary too. So the first match is RVD versus Zema Ion for the X Division title. RVD wins with a frog splash. It was short but good. It was a great way to open the show. Matt Morgan runs out, kicks RVD with the carbon footprint. Joey Ryan grabs the X Division title and starts taunting RVD. Morgan says Hogan wanted to see a different side of him, and now he's going to get it. Austin Aries is backstage in a great segment. He was awesome all night. He's listening to the door where the four guys are talking to Hulk Hogan, and he says that he doesn't have to beg Hogan because he gets a rematch. And he's making up these things they're saying about, oh, Mr. Hogan, Thunder in Paradise was much better than Baywatch, Mr. Nanny was better than Miss Doubtfire, and just crazy things like that. He calls him H-double. So it was really entertaining, and he was talking about how he's going to be out there every time someone gets eliminated to make fun of them, I guess. But, of course, that's not what happens. Mr. Anderson's the first one out, and it turns into a feud. So we don't get to hear Austin Aries make fun of the other guys, which I was kind of looking forward to. So Daniels and Kazarian come out. Kazarian calls Hogan Mr. Nanny. Daniels calls him Suburban Commando. And at this point, I'm just thinking, is it Hulk Hogan movie night? Like someone just wrote all these scripts and said, let's just use a lot of references from Hulk Hogan's terrible movies. So they're pissed off. It's Championship Thursday, but they're not getting their rematch. Daniel says that Dixie is so desperate to court a Latino audience that they have Chavo and Hernandez coming out in ponchos. They should just go all the way and wear sombreros and come out with tequila bottles. They have a petition for all the fans to sign, and this causes Hernandez and Chavo to come out. They say they'll give them a rematch anytime. Hernandez runs into Kazarian, not really a pounce, he just kind of runs and pushes him, and Kazarian just rolls out of the ring. and Daniels takes a bump. I'm not sure what happened there, but Hogan eliminates Anderson first since he doesn't have the fire. And Aries is waiting outside. He says he's a better wrestler. He's a bigger asshole than Anderson. He throws his drink in his face. Anderson starts fighting with him. He hits Aries in the head with a poster. And Austin Aries challenges him to a match later tonight. Cut. Okay. Yes, we actually hear them call cut. It was, I don't know, I guess, surely these are taped segments. So, I know the show is live, but these are taped segments. So, how did this get by them that you could hear them yell cut on the tape? But yeah, you just hear a guy, Anderson's laughing, Aries challenges him, and they're laughing at each other. And then it goes, cut, okay. And then it goes to commercial. The Aces and Eights are having a meeting with Devon. Well, they're really playing poker and drinking or something. And Devon tells him that he talked to the president. And the president says they can't lose their masks. Well, no shit, Captain Obvious. Why do you think they've been wearing them for all these months now? They don't want to reveal their identities. So, that was really stupid. And Devon says he's got some ladies coming over, but they got to take someone out first. So they throw a dart at a board with the roster on it. We don't see who it hits, but they're excited. Robbie T versus Samoa Joe for the TV title. Joe makes Rob Terry tap to the choke. It was pretty bad. Tessmacher says that she enjoyed Jesse getting manhandled by ODB and will bring the title back tonight. Hogan eliminates Bully Ray so that he can go focus on Devon and the Aces. He's got some stuff he wants to confront Devon about later. Anderson is ranting about Austin Aries backstage, and then we get Austin Aries versus Mr. Anderson. This match here, I'm going to try and do my best here. Austin Aries grabs Mr. Anderson, and he puts some brass knuckles in the man's trunks. So Anderson pulls him out. The ref takes him from him so he can't use him. Jeremy Borash and the other guy, Kennelly, don't even notice this until someone tells them. Obviously someone said, no, that's not the spot. This is what actually took place. Because they couldn't tell. They thought Anderson just pulled out the brass knuckles. They didn't know Aries put them in. It gets very confusing. So the ref takes the brass knuckles. He takes a bump. Aries goes through his pockets and gets the knuckles out of him. The ref gets right back up, doesn't even realize Austin Aries was going through his pockets. Austin Aries drops the brass knuckles in front of Mr. Anderson. The referee picks them up again, and while his back is turned, Austin Aries knocks out Mr. Anderson, lays Mr. Anderson's body on top of him. The ref counts 2, he kicks out, puts him in the last chancery. The ref raises his hand once. Anderson's out. He rings the bell. Wow. That was just a really, really confusing finish to any match. It was just way, way too much stuff here. So I really didn't care much for that at all. Match was okay. Mr. Anderson, I just don't think he's very good. Then we see Tara and Jesse talking to Brooke Hogan about the ODB situation. What situation? It was one match. Now this is like a big feud. So Brooke tells her to get ready for her match with Tessmacher, and then she tells Jesse a little bird told her that ODB has a thing for him. Now we get Taz and Tenay on commentary. Tessmacher versus Tara with Jesse for the Knockouts title. Jesse pulls down the second rope. Miss Tessmacher falls. He throws her back in. Tara hits the Widow's Peak for the win. Brooke Hogan comes out and says next week it's open fight night and ODB wants to challenge Jesse. Joe Park goes to see Hogan. He asks about his match. He wants a match with the Aces, and Hogan says, they're full-blown killers, brother. And he doesn't want to be held responsible if something happens to Park out there. So Park says, you weren't the one deprived of your basic human rights. or something like that. And he says that he's got a piece of paper signed by Park, Park, and Park. Jesus Christ. I can't even believe some of the stupid shit they do on this show. So anyway, he's got a piece of paper by Park, Park, and Park that relieves TNA of all responsibility if anything happens to him out there. So Hogan says he'll think about the match. Bully comes out. He wants to talk to Devon. Devon and the Aces come out. My God. He says it's not about Bully. It's about Hogan. Hogan said he wanted Devon and then he never called. So that's why Devon's so pissed off. Bully says that he turned on Devon since Sabin kicked out of the finisher, and Devon didn't care. He said, "We're rich, screw the fans." So Devon leaves, and Bully says he's calling him out next week for open fight night, and someone's going through a table. I'm sure next week they're probably going to find Bully Ray laid out backstage or something, and that way the match can't take place until Turning Point, where I think Bully Ray will join the Aces. We get the new gut check contestant, Christian York. Just like a small video. Joey Ryan cuts a very scripted promo on how he wants the X Division title. Matt Morgan says he's going to do what he wants and do it when he wants. Hogan gives Angle the title match and tells Storm that he needs to talk to him about something big. We get the main event with Kurt Angle versus Jeff Hardy for the world title. This was actually a good match. Hardy hits a twist of stunner, a twist of fate, and the swanton, but Angle kicks out. He actually starts coughing up blood. And Angle goes for another Olympic slam. Hardy rolls him up, gets the win here. Afterwards, Austin Aries lays him out with the title. And he says, "With all those pairs of eyes on your face, I figured you would have a pair in the back of your head." And he tells him he wants his rematch at Turning Point. And he leaves with the real title. He says he doesn't want the face title. He wants the real title. So he grabs the belt and he steals it, basically. And then backstage, we see the Aces. They found their victim. It was Kurt Angle. They're beating him up. Devon's punching him repeatedly in the stomach. And the show ends. And I think Wes Briscoe was there screaming, "Where's the doc? Where's the doc?" And that's it. Man, this... There was a lot of notes to take on this one, but it was entertaining because after the first part with Hogan, Hardy, and his inner monologue, and that's seriously how the show started, it just got crazier and crazier. And I was entertained just to see what the hell was going to happen next because I couldn't believe it. So I can't say it was a good wrestling show, but just a show to laugh at. It did its job for me because I was laughing my ass off at pretty much everything here tonight. So it was entertaining, but oh my God, I don't know. Leave your thoughts on this show in the comments because I'm curious what other people thought about this. So yeah, that's my review of this week's episode of TNA Impact Wrestling. Hope you guys liked this video, and thanks for watching. Bye.